again to CINEKYD Theater. This is Bob Clark and our older kids. This is the track seminar. The boys and girls who meet with us each Wednesday from 7 to 9 and who are presently engaged in the production of a Sherlock Holmes mystery. Tonight, we're going to talk to some of the young people who you'll be seeing right here Tuesday night at CINEKYD Theater, presenting their own version of the 7 Keys. You know, Sherlock Holmes was an extremely popular detective, so popular that he was the hero of motion picture and television series. And with us are the CINEKYD actors portraying the roles of Sherlock Holmes the detective and his able assistant, Dr. John Watson. Gentlemen, if you'd stand up, please. I'd like to present to you Mr. Mark Salfie from Hatboro, Mr. Scott Wolfson from Huntington Valley, who you'll be seeing in lead of our presentation. What's been the greatest problem that you have faced, Paul, in essaying the role of Sherlock Holmes?
Probably the most hardest was the accent, I think.
Speaking with a British dialect.
Yes, and his low-key kind of character.
How about you, Scott, following such an able performer as Nigel Bruce? Have you tried to copy the things that he did in the movie?
A little bit, yeah. I've tried to throw in some of my own stuff. It was a hard character to do because there's not much description on Watson in the book, since he's telling all the story. Most of it's about Holmes, so he's mostly up in the air with how you want to take him.
Both of these young men are students at the Upper Moreland Senior High School right across the street from our campus. Thank you, Holmes and Watson. If we have the hero and his friend, naturally, the next step would be the nemesis. In this case, Professor Moriarty and his second-in-command, Malcolm. These two roles are being portrayed by Mr. John Peterson, who formerly attended Archbishop Wood High School and is now an undergraduate at LaSalle, and his accomplice is portrayed by George DeCumas, a student in the Abington school system. Did you do any reading or preparing to get yourself ready for the role, John?
Not really, sir. I'm just trying to... It's kind of hard to come across as evil but intelligent at the same time, and you have to come across as... People have to know that you're a bad guy, and I thought that was the hardest part.
George, had you ever read any of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries?
Not really, but I've looked through some of the books and found them pretty interesting now.
Is it more interesting portraying an evil guy, or is it neater playing a hero? What do you think?
I think it's more interesting playing the bad guy.
Why is that?
I don't know. Seems like they get more of the excitement out of the movie.
Wonderful. Now, they're the basic characters for the most part. Of course, there are others, thank you, gentlemen, who are typical Holmes characterizations. The one who unfortunately could not be with us for this broadcast was Inspector Lestrade. But we have a CINEKYD performer, Chris Pratt, who will be portraying Detective Gregson. Chris, would you stand up? Chris goes to school in the Hatboro School District. Chris, have you ever read anything by Arthur Conan Doyle?
I have.
Tell us more.
I don't remember the names of the books that I did read, but I can remember reading a couple of the stories.
Have you ever done any movie making on your own, Chris?
Yeah, I have, in school, if you want to consider that on my own.
Very good. Chris Pratt. Now, while I'm here, as it were, 4 of the key characters, the actress, her maid, her 2 brothers. Miss Estella Kirby was her name, a star of London stage. And this was a little too soon, of course, for London cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would rise, please, so our television audience can take a close behind-the-scenes look at some CINEKYD talent. Would you introduce yourselves and tell us the name of the character that you'll be playing in The 7 Keys?
My name is Jean Sedembrino, and I'll be playing the actress Miss Estella Kirby.
My name is Beverly Schlatter, and I'll be playing Clara Dawes, the Estella's maid.
My name is Greg Eck, and I'll be playing Damon Kirby, Estella's brother.
My name is Brian Baker, and I'll be playing Dylan Kirby, Estella's younger brother.
Now, in every mystery, it's not just a question of plot or who stole what, but whether the character is mean or nice. Would you, Jean, describe for us Estella? What is she like?
Well, Estella is a very established actress, and she's pretty wealthy, and she sort of has an air about her that she shows off her good brother Dylan, but at the same time she tries to hide the evil aspects of her other brother Damon.
In old English mysteries, they said the butler always did it. In this case, is the maid guilty, do you think?
No,
Is she good?
not exactly.
She's some good, some evil.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like acting on TV?
I love it.
Wonderful. And the two gentlemen, and as Estella herself pointed out for us, one is good, one is not so good. We'll start with the rotten one. This is Damon. Greg, how old are you?
I'm 14.
And where do you go to school?
Archbishop Wood.
Are you enjoying yourself as a performer?
Yes, very much.
Brian, tell them where you go to school.
I go to Loud College Junior High.
In a Western tree, what different adjusting to such a change?
Use the space.
Wonderful. Key performers that you'll be seeing in The Seven Keys, a Sherlock Holmes mystery produced by CINEKYD Enterprises. Thank you. These poor, pathetic waifs, these sad little urchins, are residents of the Foundling Home, an integral part of the story of The Seven Keys. Poor little orphan children. Something right out of Oliver Twist. Let's find out who they really are. Would you tell us your name, please, how old you are, and where you go to school?
My name is Susan Matthews. I'm 12 years old, and I go to St. David's School.
My name is Scott Love, and I go to Bustleton School in Philadelphia.
My name is Robin Degenhart. I'm 11 years old, and I go to Lower Moreland Middle School.
My name is Mark Miller. I'm 12 years old, and I go to Loud College Junior High.
My name is Brooke Corman. I'm 11 years old, and I go to Lower Moreland Middle School.
My name is William Hart. I'm 13 years old, and I go to John Story Junior School in Philadelphia.
My name is Chris Wilson. I'm 11 years old, and I go to Upper Moreland Middle School.
My name is Lisa Porter, and I'm 11 years old, and I go to Round Meadow School.
My name is Kim Lieba. I'm 13 years old, and I go to Upper Moreland Middle School.
My name is Nancy Caruso. I'm 10 years old, and I go to Round Meadow School.
My name is Liam White. I'm 12 years old, and I go to Upper Moreland Middle School.
My name is Lisa Evans, and I go to Abington District School.
And we'll be seeing, as the show develops, just the kind of roles that these children will be portraying. You've met some of the littlest children involved in this Seven Keys mystery. Now let's continue chatting with some of the young adults. 4 individuals, an American couple, a British couple, whose paths cross as we try to trace the elusive Seven Keys. Would you introduce yourselves and tell us the parts that you'll be playing?
I'm Ashley Barlow, and I will be playing Mr. Sidney Wadsworth.
I'm Diane Liebel, and I'll be playing Mrs. Evelyn Wadsworth.
I'm Joe Klussman, and I'll be playing Joel Spencer.
I'm Leslie Heller, and I'll be playing Lorraine Spencer.
You've met some of the adorable children in the Foundling Home. Now, here are the people in charge. And you know, part of the mystery involved is first how we're going to get the show done. But the greater mystery is whether or not these people are as cruel or as nice as they seem. Of course, that's the fun of a good mystery. Would you tell our audience your name and the part that you'll be playing?
My name's Robin Meklowitz, and I'll be playing Sister Thelma Ansley.
Are you nice or are you evil, Robin?
Well, I'm supposed to be nice, but I have another side.
Very good. And, of course, Sister Thelma has an assistant of sorts. Here she is. Tell the audience your real name and the part that you'll be playing.
My name is Minnie Trachtenberg, and I'll be playing Miss Gladys Pitts.
Are you a goodie or a baddie?
Well, I'm sinister, but and people never really know what I am.
Very evasive responses. And then, of course, there's the oldest of the foundlings. Dear, sweet, gentle. Tell us who you are in real life and who you'll be in the Seven Keys.
My name's Linda Milano, and I'll be Mary Brown.
Obviously, you're a goodie. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mary Brown, who leads the little foundlings on to victory. Any of you who ever read Charles Dickens know that most British literature and most of the Holmes stories had lots of characters. We've met lots of characters. There are more to come. Would you, lovely ladies, tell us who you really are and the part that you'll be playing in the Seven Keys?
My name is Carol Conrad, and I'll be playing Lady Jane Breakstone.
It's actually Lady Jane Breakstone who starts the mystery. Isn't that correct, Carol?
Yes, that is correct. It's her that belongs to the Seven Keys that Sherlock Holmes later has to find.
Carol, incidentally, is a veteran CINEKYD. She goes back to its very beginnings up in Hatboro. To my right, these are the two nieces of Lady Jane Breakstone. Would you introduce yourselves, please?
I'm Denise White, and I'll be playing Victoria Breakstone.
Are you a nice person in the story, Denise?
Yes, I'm nice and sweet.
What do you worry about more than anything else?
My aunt and my plants.
Her aunt and her plants. Okay, would you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Jill Degenhart, and I'll be playing Meredith Breakstone.
What grade are you in, Jill?
Ninth.
Ninth grade. And last but not least, an almost member of the family, the household maid. Would you tell us your name and the part that you'll be playing?
My name is Liz Horman, and I'll be playing Hilda, the maid.
Do you think Hilda is a nice person?
Yeah.
Onward and upward as we meet more characters from the Seven Keys.
Hi, I'm Mark Weaver. In the Seven Keys, I'll be playing Socrates.
Hi, I'm Frank Smith. In the Seven Keys, I'll be playing the captain.
Hello, I'm Bob Carrique. In the Seven Keys, I'll be playing Jamie.
Hello, I'm Eric Curland, and in the Seven Keys, I'll be playing the wizard.
And of course, we couldn't have a Sherlock Holmes mystery without the venerable Mrs. Hudson, Holmes's landlady, and in this case, Mrs. Hudson and her little grandson. Who are you, and how are you enjoying yourself?
My name is Julie Bechtel, and I really enjoy playing the part in the Seven Keys because it's a lot of fun and it's a good experience.
Where do you go to school, Julie?
Upper Moreland Senior High.
And here's the capable young actor who will be portraying little grandson Hudson.
Hi, my name is David Trachtenberg, and I'm playing Mr. Conrad Hudson, and I'm having a real good time doing this.
What grade are you in, Dave?
I'm in 6th, and I go to the Upper Moreland Middle School.
Now, here are three interesting characters, and I'm not going to say anything more about that, lest I spoil the mystery. Young ladies, if you would tell the audience who you really are and the part that you'll be playing.
My name is Heather Stein, and I'll be playing Mrs. Latimer.
My name is Heather Marston, and I'll be playing Mrs. Calder.
My name is Bonnie Love, and I'll be playing Mrs. Twickerly.
All on the Seven Keys, a Sherlock Holmes mystery produced where it's kids in film. You've had an opportunity to meet some of the boys and girls involved in our track program, film and television production designed for kids in junior and senior high school. But as you know, we run a very extensive program for young people in the elementary grades as well. Here, then, is a production that is entirely their own. The title and the film, they speak for themselves. you have it. Another completed production from CINEKYD Studios, and a look behind the scenes again at all the boys and girls who were involved in producing the 7 Keys. If you are a child in grades 2 through 12 with an interest in movie making or TV production, we'd love to have you here at CINEKYD. Give our offices a call at 659-4696, or better yet, stop by the production campus at 129 Turwood Road in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. And so until next week, same time, same station. This is Bob Clark saying good night and God bless.